Hello teacher and good afternoon. My name is Alejandra Costa and tonight I will be speaking about international trade policies. We will research the how, who, and what involves this activity in general. Let's start out by defining two concepts that sometimes generate confusion between them: the free trade and the fair trade. Free trade basically takes consideration of no participation on the national governments, and fair trade has participation from national governments. Now, throughout this activity, we have several policies that overcome the development of this. First, public choice, which defines consumers versus special interest groups. Then we have the industrial policy, who determines key domestic industries chosen, protected, and promoted. And finally, the economic development, centered on the export of promotion strategy and the import of substitution strategy. Unfortunately, international trade comes across barriers that can make this activity difficult to reach the main objective, the tariff barriers, that involve tariffs which are placed on an import or export good involve an international trade, and then quantitative restrictions that reach the trade barriers that impose a numerical limit on the quantity of a good that may be imported or exported. We also have the non-tariff barrier, which are the government laws, regulations, policies, or producers that impede international trade. Then, we identify two types of issues that motivate the barriers in this activity. When national governments' intervention is to protect the country's domestic firms, and when they help domestic firms to increase their foreign sales through subsidies. The international trade is promoted in different ways. It could be through by subsidies, foreign trade zones, export financing programs, and international trade administrations, who creates the division of U.S. commerce, determines unfair trade when it occurs, and confirm cases that are being overweight. And finally, let's identify the situation that can cause the unfair trade. This can be caused either by government subsidies or by unfair pricing practice that aim to control countervailing duties and anti-dumping regulations. Because of this is why several laws were created to promote global efficiency by encouraging production. Even though there are many impositions of regulations through international trade activity, sadly we cannot be sure that the unfair trade barriers have been extinguished from this development. Various associations have been working on developing even more efficient laws that are more detailed towards what must be done and under what conditions, so they can be able to witness the proper function and reach the imposed objectives, continuing the constant evolution and proper development of the relations between nations upon commerce activity.